Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Powerless, Season 1, Episode 9, Emergency Punch-Up. This episode was quite interesting. I mean, it was a different episode, and it was kind of cool how this episode was kind of interesting that it did feel a little bit like it was in the DC universe, since, you know, the whole thing dealt with the fact that there are supervillains in this, and it started it off with supervillains in this episode, and things like that. So that was kind of cool in that right. But the fact that it didn't really, like, this could have taken place in the Marvel universe, could have taken place in any comic book, any superhero universe where supervillains exist. So it was kind of interesting with that. It was kind of cool seeing that. It would have been cool to see the actual superhero that we who did this, rather than just seeing some random person on the screen. Yeah, he was a person, but there was no costume or something like that. And I don't know Dr. Psycho. I don't think Dr. Psycho is any DC villain from the comics. If it is, I'll put it here in the screen or something like that. I'll find him. But you know, I don't know. He's not a character from the comics. It would have been cool to see someone like, if this would have been if this show had taken place in the Marvel universe, doing this would have been cool with as like with this mist would have been really cool to do with Mysterio or something like that. So maybe this mist could have been something from Dr. Crane. You know, could have been the Scarecrow. That would have been really cool. You know, we haven't used Scarecrow a long time. Last time we saw him, I think it was with Gotham or something like that. So I think it would have been cool to seeing Scarecrow in this, maybe green, have a green smoke and stuff, and have him doing his stuff, and that would have been really cool, playing with their fears and stuff like that. That would have been really interesting in this episode, or his version of this. Maybe, you know, maybe one version of Krang stuff is try to do his fears and stuff. So I think it would have been interesting to see that version of it. That would even have made more sense, that it's taking place inside of the DC universe rather than just a random universe that has, like, with a random villain that has nothing to do with the DC universe. But otherwise, it was kind of okay. It was just kind of disappointing after last week's episode, which you got that really hounded the fact that it's in the DC universe by having two DC characters in the episode. So it would have been nice to have seen when the smoke first came in. Would have been nice to have seen the actual seeing the actual supervillain flying by. Like, if, you know, I don't know, if I keep on thinking of Marvel characters that would have been perfect for the smoke idea, like, you know, Green Goblin going by. Maybe they could have had the Jack-o'-lantern again, but they use him a lot, so we're glad it wasn't Jack-o'-lantern. But maybe they could have had someone come by and kind of using some smoke or stuff like that, and then throwing bombs, smoke bombs or something like that. That would have been fun. Instead of having Teddy kind of break the glass and stuff with the stick, have the supervillain throw something and try to get in, throwing things into buildings and stuff like that, and trying to infect as many people as he can, right? So I think that would have made more sense to seeing that, and then actually seeing you know, the superhero kind of come in at the end of the episode and left freeing them because he sucked out all the gas. Or would have been cool episode is to see Superman fly by without actually seeing him, just a CGI Superman fly up and, you know, tornado around the whole city and then kind of suck it all up to the into the sky. That would have been a really cool thing, kind of like Scarlet Witch did in the Captain America thing, just kind of using her powers to tornado it up into the sky. I think that would have been a cool way to end this episode, rather than having having just kind of end out of nowhere because it's over, time's up, you know, and type thing, which is kind of annoying. So I think they could have done that, you know, Superman, Supergirl, anyone who can fly, even the Flash could have done it, Kid Flash, you know, there's so many different people that could have done it. It would have been really cool to see, and even all the different versions of Flashes that we haven't seen on the Flash show, bring one of those guys and have them do this and like setting it up. That would have been really cool, and you don't have to actually cast anyone, you just do a CGI version of it and it would have passed on this show. So it was a fun episode for what it was, but it was not, you know, enough of the DC universe connection like I wanted. So and the whole, you know, trying to figure out people's relationships and all, like, things like that, and that was kind of like, yeah, it was kind of okay. It was nothing super funny, but again, I want more of a DC universe connection. There was potential for this episode, and it was better than nothing, better than other episodes who have like zero connection to any superheroes or anything like that. Could have just been in a regular, you know, TV show, not in the DC universe. But this one, somewhat, you know, how there was in a superhero universe, not necessarily the fact that it's in the DC universe, but a superhero universe. So it was okay, but just not enough of a connection in this episode to the DC universe itself. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. How would you have changed it to keep it more to the DC universe stuff? What did you like about it? I think it was kind of funny with Van getting the stuff, but it was just not. I'd like to see more DC jokes and stuff like that rather than just, you know, them playing along. Just feels like the writers are just like, oh, it's just writing for a show, and they don't care that it's in the DC universe type thing like that. So I'd like to see them care about the fact that it's in the DC universe and take advantage of that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see where things go with this. Hopefully they can stick more to the DC stuff. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.